Okay. Also in action this past weekend, Sam Peter versus Robert Helanius. The guy,
Helanius, yep.
Helanius, he's I guess 15-0 now. He's got 10 knockouts. What's his nickname? The Nordic Nightmare, I guess, versus the Nigerian Nightmare. So I guess one of these guys isn't the Nightmare anymore, and it's probably the guy who got knocked out again, Sam Peter. Is this the end of the road for Sam Peter?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, now, look, Sam Peter's going to be used as a stepping stone for up-and-coming heavyweights because Helanius, that's what he did. He beat Layman Brewster the first time. He just knocked out Sam Peter now. He has a pretty good resume going on for himself. You know, when you look at the guy, you're not really too sure what to make of him. He's very big, but he never had a distinguished amateur career. He's not very defined in his body. He looks a little soft, but the man has incredible power, and he has good skills, and he's still developing. He's not ready for a Klitschko yet, but give him a couple of years, and he's going to be a top contender. I mean, that was a big win he just knocked out. I mean, Sam Peter, regardless of how overweight he was and how plodding he's become since the Klitschko defeats, he's still a dangerous puncher, and Helanius completely took him apart. And not only knocked him down, like, you know, stopped him out, like, he knocked him unconscious. If you saw Peter, he was out. It looked, you know, eerily reminiscent of when Peter knocked out Jeremy Williams.
Right, and is Peter even viable as a stepping stone? I mean,
yeah, look, that's how shallow the heavyweight division really is. You know, a guy like Sam Peter now, he's just a stepping stone. There's up-and-coming guys, a lot of those European heavyweights, they love to beat on former champions. Peter's there. Layman Brewster retired, so, hey, Sam Peter's going to step into that spot now.
Well, okay, so we'll see what's happening with Helanius and what's next for Peter. Speaking of the heavyweight division, what's up with the Klitschkos? I mean, there's one of them supposed to fight Hey, but it seems like it's going back and forth between which one is actually going to fight him now. What's the latest news on that?
Well, I mean, what the latest news is, it looks like it's going to be, Vladimir Klitschko is going to be fighting David Hay. That's the fight that was made. The contract's been signed for that, apparently. I'm not going to believe it until I see them both in the ring, but that looks like the fight that is going to be made. On the other hand, Vitaly Klitschko is looking for maybe another tune-up fight after his complete blowout of Orlando Solis, which I watched in Times Square and still regretting actually standing out in the cold and doing that.
Well, it was a very short fight.
Yeah, very short. You know, with the the less said about it, the better. But anyways, you know, we might finally start getting some compelling matchups in the heavyweight division. We have Sam Peter. We have Vitaly Klitschko, who signed to fight Thomas Adamek now in September in Poland. Regardless of what you may think of Adamek and his heavyweight credentials, that's still a very important fight because Adamek is a former cruiserweight champion, light heavyweight champion, and he's a top heavyweight. That just shows you, again, how shallow the division is, but he is a top heavyweight, and it'll be interesting to see how he does with Vitaly. And then Vladimir's fighting David Hay. You know, Klitschko's might finally get some competition. Let's hope so. Yeah,
let's hope that something shakes up the division. Remind our viewers out there, give us a call at 212-757-1483. Let's go back a little bit and talk about some of the fights that have happened since we've been off the air for the last couple of weeks. A guy that we've been both kind of lukewarm about, Yoriyorkus Gamboa. He fought Jorge Solis, knocked him out. Do you think that he's turned the corner now in terms of being a fan-friendly fighter?
You know, Solis, Gamboa is a dynamic fighter. And when he feels that he's ready to explode on someone and the guy can't challenge him, that's when he becomes the most fan-friendly fighter in the world, a mini Mike Tyson, so to speak. Until then, but I give him a lot of credit. He's still very fan-friendly, so I don't think he's turned a corner yet, but he's more disciplined than he was early in his career.
Right.
Early in his career, he was a typhoon.
Knockouts.
Exactly, when he got so many knockouts, but he used to get knocked down a lot because he was so reckless.
Right.
Now he keeps his hands up. He's using the natural ability that made him such a great Olympian.
And he's going for those
knockouts too. So I'm still a big Gamboa fan.
He's putting it all together.
He is.
I understand we have a caller. Hi, this is Fight City. Welcome to the show. Who are you? Oh, no caller. All right. So Gamboa, you know, I'd really love to see if Donaire gets out of his contract troubles now. He gets a big day on HBO, then he goes and signs a contract with Golden Boy while he has a contract with Top Rank. I guess
Pacquiao much?
Yeah, I guess he's trying to emulate Manny Pacquiao, who did the exact same thing. And now an arbitrator is sided with Top Rank, so we'll see how that relationship pans out. But I'd love to see Gamboa versus Donaire one day.
One day, I'd love to see it too. I'd love to see Bob Arum make a lot of fights.
Right.
But you know, Bob Arum's not the most fan-friendly person either.
I understand we have a caller. Welcome to